Yo, what's going on? Strat Soldier here for the weekend shift. How you doing? Man, we got everybody in here this morning. We got Terry Baker. Shout out Terry Baker. He was in the coaching session right before the weekend shift. Strat Judge, you will be judged. We got Jimmy's in the house, about to go to a soccer game, and then Beach Bum, my favorite place to be, the beach. Oh man, I love the beach. I really do. Got me a haircut. Oh man, sheesh. I didn't realize how long it was till I got a haircut. It was we'll talk about what happened this week, but pretty messy week. Shout out to Nick. We got a new Strat Warrior in the house, Nick. Very cool. Nick, go watch that. Nicholas, go watch that coaching session we just did. And then we'll be putting out a macro vid later on. I also will be putting out a video with JJ over at Sepier Group. He is doing good things, and of course we'll be doing it on the Enforce podcast, talking about stuff and things. Always go check out thestratsoldier.com, thestratsoldier.com. All right. And this is Cedric. He says, for all the traders out there, I was really impressed with Strat Soldier's execution course. He explains everything to a T. A lot of the questions I had about learning the strat explained in the execution course. All right, go check it out. And I know everybody's got a Chat TBT, or they got Gemini, or even Grok. People are using all kind of different things, and they're just like, well, how do you do this? And they just push it. They just type it in there and then go. I want you guys to remember that I used to work with Rob Smith, directly with Rob Smith, for 2 years, and then actually I've been trading with him for like 2 years prior to that. All right, so 3 years prior to that. Yeah. Anyway, I learned it straight from Rob Smith. All right. There's a lot of people out here adding things to the strat and saying, well, this is this and that's that. So the things that you're putting in the Chat GBT and all that stuff, like, hey, what about the strat stuff? What is this? What's that? Probably ain't gonna be coming up with the right stuff, all right? Because people keep adding crap to it and just really and it's really messy and convoluted. So make sure you go to thestratsoldier.com, all right? Learn the 3 actionable signals for real. Learn the strat for real, all right? And then you can go learn all the extra stuff, all right? All the other stuff and things. But over here, I teach the strat exactly how Rob taught it, and not going to deviate that from that, honestly. Thank you so much for everybody being in here. Like I said, Jimmy's going to a soccer game here pretty soon. So anyway, it's been really messy, just chopping around sideways in a really big range for quite a while. Let me see here. Sorry about that. Let me see here. For quite a while, really messy range, and we'll be talking about that here pretty soon. How you guys been doing? All right, how you guys been doing? How's your trades been going? Anything good? Put it in the chat. Anything good? I don't want to go straight to Twitter. It seems like we've been getting on and going straight to Twitter immediately. Oh, what am I talking about? Agnieszka Wood. I hope you guys watched that interview. It was such a good interview with Agnieszka. Remember, her masterclass is coming up on the 25th, which is Wednesday. So go check her out, and that's awesome. That was a good episode. Thank you for everybody coming in there and watching that. Watching that live. That was live stream. That was cool. That was a really good episode there. Great conversation. Let's see here, Richard or Strat Judge. I know you've been working some stocks like Open, right, and a couple other things. Anything good you've been doing? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I guess we can go straight to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. See if anything funny happened out there in Twitter land. All right, here we go. Looking for anything anything funny happened. That's a short week. It was a short week. We started on Tuesday, and so we're looking for anything funny that happened out there. Agnieszka Wood. I mean, here it is. Go check this episode out with her. That was a good episode. Really good. Really good stuff for me. Shout out to Zay. Messy on SPY. This is what I'm talking about. All right, we finally hit magnitude on the day, which is great, but it's been terrible. All right, really messy. This was funny. Mr. Failed 2-2 reversal up, didn't quite hit magnitude, but I'm sure that was some good money for him. And I was like, oh boy. Let's see, anything else? Crazy day. Strat Judge out there. Heck yeah. Thank you, Peter Robbins. Awesome. Shout out for Agnieszka Woods thing. He's got a book out now. Go check him out. He wrote a book. That's awesome. If you have not seen my episode with Mike, Tony with Mike Huffman with TrendSpider, we were going over earnings, and I was talking to him about how when we see the reversal down, when we see the gap down, we look for the reversal back up, and that's exactly what happened on Carvana. It only lasted for a little bit. All right, it only lasted a little while. Let's see if we can see, where's that other chart at? Nope. Let me see if it'll let me show you the other one. It did this. It was like crap. Whamp. You know, didn't really do a lot. And so anyway, Mike was like, yeah, probably would have worked if they weren't cooking the books. That was the joke of the TrendSpider show. That was really fun with him. He's a good dude to talk about stocks with. Shout out to Woo. He's doing good. He's been doing some good things, really good things. Shout out to Inside Bandit. 10 show trades, doing good. Shout out to him. Anything else funny? Not particularly. We got John Smith out here. Good 313 Motor City Madhouse to the lows. That was good. 62% for him. That was awesome. And shout out to J8. J8 got one of these Strat Soldier coffee mugs to his house. Very cool. Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Let's see. Carlos in the house doing good things. And I think that is it for this week. Usually there's we got some really funny gifts out there, but that's what we got right now. So that's it. So we're going to be getting to what happened. We're going to be talking about what happened last week. We're going to be talking about this nasty price action on SPY and pretty much everybody else. And then we'll talk about what happened last week in actionable signals, and look for actionable signals for next week, okay? We'll be looking for some actionable signals for next week and answering any of your questions about the Strat. All right? Any questions you guys have about the Strat? I'm double fisting coffee mugs this morning. I got some in this one. This is water in this one, and I got actual coffee in this one. So I got 2 coffee mugs this morning. 2. I got 2 coffee mugs this morning. Let's go ahead and get into. I got 1 minute left in my intro, and then we're going to get into what happened in SPY. I guess we can get to that just a little early. It is finally the weather has broke. It's still a little cold where I'm at, but at least the sun is out. My goodness, and the snow is gone. I love the fact the snow is gone. Let's go to the Browder averages. Let's talk about what happened last week. Let's do it. All right. Here is all 4 time frames. I have all 4 time frames up like this when I trade. This shows the month, the weekly, the daily, and the 60. And this shows me what? Say it out loud. Say it. It shows me, oh, nope, time frame continuity.
KD9,
Nope.
KD9,
Oh my
KD9, GZJ, Kilo Delta Niner, Golf Zulu Juliet.
If this is, if you did not know, this is a live show. I hit the wrong button. Live show, wrong button. Oh my gosh, jeez, come on now. That was crazy. Totally wrong button. Let's see here. So we're gonna skip the sounds. We're gonna go straight into what's going on the month. Still 2 down on the month and red. We did go 2 down on the week, but came back up green. And then 2-2 reversal back up on the day. We finally hit magnitude. All right, it went in force above 686.21. The magnitude was 689.18. It was a hard road up there. Okay, here's your 60s. It was a hard road up there. It did hit magnitude right here on the first hour. All right, but then came back down, inside, back up. It was just a mess. And the thing I want you guys to notice is it's definitely just a hot mess right here on these dailies. All right, it's just all stuck in this crazy tight range. All right, I've been talking about this for a while now, and it is a mess. You can see it a lot easier on the weekly. All right, it's just a mess. So Dow Jones pretty much doing the same thing, ended inside weak. So we got an actionable signal for it next week. Up and then down, up and then down. And then so here's your 60s, not doing a whole bunch. It is still 2 up on the month. And then QQQ 2 down on the month, 2 down, coming back up green. Scenario 3 on the day. All right, it's just a messy little range. So some people are doing some good stuff in there, trying to look for those actionable signals in force and trying to work them. It's just real. I can't wait for the next month. All right, I cannot wait for the next month. RSP, S&P 500 equal weighted, 2 up on the month, inside on the week. So we got an actionable signal for next week and a Momo hammer. Okay, 2 up on the day. 2 up on the day. Here's your 60s. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Volatility not doing, not coming down so much. It is going down. All right. But it's still stuck in there. All right. It's not really dropping yet. XLU utilities went up 2 up on the week, but came back down red. Now Momo hammer. We'll see what they want to do. It did go 212 back up on the day. XRT retail 2 up on the week. Scenario 3 on the day. I mean, look at this. All right, not exciting. XLK 2 down on the week. Green. Here's your days. All right, here's your 60s. Tech. Oof. XLE continuing to the highs. That's good. Did go 2-2 down on the day on Friday, but at least it's still trending up. IBB biotechs sideways. Healthcare sideways. XOP consumer staples continuing up. All right, it did go. It's a failed 2 on the week, so we might get a 2-2 down next week. So here's your days just kind of trending down. Oh boy. All right. And then shaking my head, semiconductors still just moving up. All right. Moving to the highs. But you're going to have to dig into those semiconductors and find out which ones are actually working. All right. Because if you look at AMD 212 down on the week. All right. Let's go look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA did go 2 up on Friday. All right, trying to come back up on that week. Tried really hard. So we'll see if we get a 2-2 back up on the week. We'll see what they want to do there. All right. Thank you for rolling with the punches with me. I'm still thinking about those sound effects. Man, it's been a long time since I hit a bad sound effect. That was crazy. That was crazy. Hello. Anybody in the chat? If you're still in the chat, hit that 1. Put a 1 in the chat if you're still here, awake. It is. I know it's early. I know. So like I said, you're going to have to dig down into semiconductors and find out which ones are actually working in there. And the good thing about TrendSpider is you can just type in semiconductors, and there it is. All right, right there, semiconductors. This is TrendSpider. If you don't have TrendSpider, go down to the description. You can hit that link and get a good discount on TrendSpider. Thank you so much, Beach Bum. Thank you for being here. So what you're going to have to do is go down these and find out which ones are actually working. All right. People are talking about AAIO, full time frame continuity to the upside. What's going on, Jay? Thanks for being here. Thank you. ADI, also a good one. All right. So there's other semiconductors that are doing good things. Terry Baker in the house. There's other semiconductors that are doing good things. All right. AMAT. You're gonna have to dig down and find the ones that are working, because again, here's AMD 212 down on the week. All right, not doing a whole bunch. So we need to look for those things that are working and stick with those. Atom, wow, out of nowhere. Well, this is $7. But I mean, it's not a penny stock anymore. AVGO is cooling down there. Not doing so much there. But like I said, you're going to have to dig down into these semiconductors and find out which ones are actually good, which ones are, you need to stay away from. ENPH is always a mess. That's always a mess. Form's doing really good. All right. So that's what we do here in the strat. We go where the buyers actually are. Okay. Go where the buyers actually are. Let's see. We got about 10 more minutes. So, like I said, the broader averages. Do we have any actionable signals? All right. We have. Right now, I'm not seeing any actionable signals on these weekly time frames. So we could look for inside weeks. We can scan for inside weeks and see what we got there. That's always a strategy, looking for those inside weeks. We only have 1 week left in February, and then this time frame for the month is over. All right, over. So now what we want to see is, are we going to go 2 up on the month? Are we going to go back inside? Are we going to go 2 down? What are we going to do? All right. Last year, in March and April, we went 2 down, big time. 2 down, March, 2 down, April. Okay, is that going to happen again? That's the question. Right now, I thought we were going to go 2 down. We did go 2 down on the month in SPY, but I mean, I thought we were really going to drop. Didn't go that far. QQQ was a little better with the 2-2 down. Hit magnitude here, and then tried to get down here, but I mean, at least it hit magnitude on something. All right. So QQQ and tech not doing the best. We had that Microsoft. We had that software sell-off. That software sell-off in the middle of the month, or the beginning of the month. So we've been watching that. So no actionable signals for next week. Let's go down. Down the weekly watch list from the actionable signals that I picked up on Tuesday. All right, it was a short week. Tesla 212 down. All right, coming back up, and we'll leave that as some leftovers. Possible 2-2 back up above 417.40. The magnitude is 436. We'll leave it there. AMD 212 down, not necessarily a signal or anything that this is going back the other way, so we're going to take that off. Microsoft 212 down, did not hit magnitude, but you can still be in that. Here's your months. It's getting wrecked. All right, it is getting wrecked. All right, nice broadening formation you got there. All right, definitely filled the gap here finally. And will it get all the way down to 346? 346, that's the next question. All right, Dow, shooter in force on the week. Didn't hit magnitude, but you could still be in that. It does have a hammer on the day, so be careful there. HSIC did go 2 down, but came right back up, all right, on Friday. So you definitely want to know when that's happening. Don't be too proud to go back the other way, but it's okay to just cut it. If you're like, nope, this is not what I want, cut it. Nvidia went 2 down on the week, coming back up. All right, 2 back up on the day. Nvidia has earnings on the 25th. So we'll see what they want to do. Possible 2 reversal back up next week. Nike was a good one. All right, hammer in force. It did hit magnitude on the week, and it did it. But this is what happened on Friday. It hit magnitude at $68.56 and then went right back down. This is a good reason why we want to see and look at multiple time frames all at once. All right. Scenario 3 hit 68.50, all right, and then 3-2 back down, all right, and then kind of resolved back to where it was at the open, all right, and that's what causes this doji. But you know, this type of price action here is a lot more clear when you're looking at the 60s. Okay. No actionable signal for next week. Probably going to open up inside week next week. Car, scenario 3 to the downside, huge drop there. All right, it did end as a hammer on Friday, but yuck. CNC Sound Machine was a really good one. 212 back up, it did hit magnitude. Terry had a really good question in the coaching session. He said, "What's your minimum? What's your minimum on?" What's your minimum on magnitude? All right, and a good minimum is probably about $2. I don't want to go after anything less than $2. All right, that's not a lot because that's too small. This is pretty good. About $3. All right, that's pretty good. All right, that's the best part about the Strat. The Strat is quantifiable. You know, from here to here, what's the potential profit I could make, all right? And then how much do I want to, you know, put in on that and work it, okay? Halliburton, I thought these energies were going to go down. Energies were going to go down and take some profit and come back up. That really didn't happen. Halliburton, scenario 3 on the week, back to the highs. PNC ends as an inside the week. We'll leave it as leftovers. VLO. Again, I thought it was going to be some profit taking, not really. XOM did go shooter in force on the week, 2 back down on Friday. All right, so that would have worked for a little bit, some change. All right. Chevron, scenario 3 on the week. And there's a hammer on Friday, so you have this is an interesting actionable signal. Not a lot of people talk about hammer counter shooter, hammer counter shooter. So everybody started shorting this. They got to be careful because if this thing goes in force above 184.91, the magnitude is 187.84. All right, 187.84. Got to be careful there. But that's also a really good actionable signal. All right. Hammer counter shooter, hammer counter shooter, something not a lot of people talk about. No actionable signal for next week. Let me look at the clock. Let me see here. I got 1 more minute and then we're going to go into actionable signals for next week. We're looking for inside weeks, guys. I'm not seeing a bunch. All right, so now's the time for you to put those tickers in the chat you want to look at. Put them in the chat. What do you want to look at? And Any ticker, we're gonna be looking for actionable signals for next week. We'll use the Strat Soldier scanner, Strat Soldier Easy Setup Scanner in TrendSpider to look for some actionable signals. Let's see. Let me do something real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Where's my... Here we go. Let me see. Hold on. Get some people in here. Let's look for those actionable signals for next week. All right, let's get into it. All right, we in the tank. We are in the tank. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and go straight to the Strat Soldier Easy Setup Scanner. Look for some inside weeks. All right, let's go inside. Again, put your tickers in the chat, things you want to look at. Oh yeah, we got a ton of inside weeks for next week. All right, save. Ton of inside weeks. We're only going to put the good ones on there. Let's see here. Man, yeah, 100, no, where are we at? 20 charts, okay. Adobe to the lows. All right, are we gonna keep going to the lows? Man, Adobe's just been getting wrecked, hasn't it? What the heck? Jeez, these are months. What's it doing on the quarter? Yeah, what's it doing on the year? My goodness. Wow. So Adobe not having a great 3 years. Not doing good for the last few years. Jeez, Adobe to the lows. So are we going to see some more downside action below 254.09? Be careful shorting stuff into the dirt, but that is an actionable signal for next week. ADP 2 down on the month, inside on the week. Let's see if they want to go below 210.80. 210.80. All right. Autodesk again not doing hot at all. 2 down on the month, inside on the week. This could go above 230, 225 or below 221.80. All right, let's see what they want to do. ANET also inside week, inside on the month, leaving it alone. ACAM, ugh, gross. Looks like it really forming a shooter on the month in big inside week. So definitely it could go below 212 down below $93.90 to get through all of this. So all right. Let's see, we got Dub Jones. I love that scanner. It's much easier. Good. I'm glad you use it. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're using that scanner. Yes, it is very easy. That's why it's easy setup scanner. All right. All you have to do is put the time frame in there and the actionable signal you are looking for. That is it. Okay. CRM. We're watching CRM inside on the week. Why are we watching CRM? Because of the year. All right. 212 down on the year. All right. Trying to get down to 135. All right. Look at the quarterly. All right. Going to the monthly. All right. To the lows. So we want to see if it goes below 182.50. All right. all right, or above 192.74. It could do that, all right? So we want to be careful, but we're looking for some more downside action, honestly. Honestly, we're looking for downside. He said, give me C. All right, Citigroup. Citigroup inside on the week, all-time highs on the month, all right? So it's jammed with buyers. The question is it going to 312 up above 117.27 or below 111.99? All right, that's the question. All right. Honestly, it looks like it wants to keep going to the upside. That'll be above 117.11. The magnitude is 125.34. That's some good magnitude. That's some good magnitude. Someone say, give me Hershey's. Give me Hershey's. All right, Hershey's. 2 up on the month. Rest of, so that's along with the rest of consumer staples. 2 up on the month. All right. Now, hammer on the Momo hammer on the week. All right. Let's see if that goes in force above 223.44. The magnitude is 234.45. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. And it looks like that's going to be good. All right, to the highs. Very good ones. I like that. Cisco, 2 up on the month. It is at all-time highs. Is this going to go 312 up above $79.34 or below 76.67? The magnitude is either side of this scenario 3. Okay. So if it goes to the highs, the magnitude is 88.22. 312 down is 73.71. We'll put that on there. I'm gonna put all these on the all these ones on here that are just this one's definitely oh look, geez, looks like there's some more, but definitely took out these lows here, so we want to be careful there. This is definitely exhaustion risk. Exhaustion risk. It's jammed with sellers. So doesn't mean it can't go any further. It just means we want to be careful. We're continuing to short with that. All right, because it could, the buyers could say, okay, this is what we wanted, back to the highs. Oracle, we're picking up a lot of downside action on these things. Goodness, but Oracle, inside on the week, stuck. But let's see if it goes below 148.03. The magnitude's 134.90. So far, a lot of downside action here. I don't know about all that, man. I don't know. Texas Instruments, Visa, man, yeah, looking like a lot of downside action here. This one has a potential of going 212 up, though. I mean, above 322.28. The magnitude is 332.66. If they want to bring up Verizon. All right, that's that whole. I mean, we can keep digging. If we really want to get Dash. Yes, Dash. After earnings. DoorDash after earnings, 2 down on the month. Okay. Yeah, it could have the potential to go 2-2 back up. And it has the potential of going 2-2 back up. Right now, probably going to open up inside week at 177.29. Now, if this was like a whole solid bar, I would say, yep. All right, definitely looking at a potential 2-2 reversal back up above 186.28. All right, but we got to see what they do on the daily, and we need to see where this opens, because honestly, this is probably going to open up inside. There we go. Probably going to open up inside on the week there. Okay. I was doing a show with JJ. I'll be posting that later on the day, and he was talking about some unusual suspects here. Some usual suspects. And with those usual suspects, he's looking at some nuclear stuff. VST. Okay, no actionable signal there. But he's looking at VST, he's looking at CCJ, possible 3-2 up on CCJ, nuclear stuff. SMR, let's see here. Ooh, SMR, wanting to go to the lows. OKLO, he calls it Oklahoma. Momo shooter on the week though. Shooter and force on the month. I'm seeing a lot of downside action here, okay? A lot of downside moves. We'll see with even Space Mobile coming down from 130.95, taking profits, and then now it's just really getting messy there. So Tesla we already have on the list. Roku, nothing in Roku. Netflix continuing to lows. All right, after that stock split and that whole thing with trying to buy Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers, Netflix trying to buy Netflix, Warner Brothers, things just going to the lows. MSTR putting all their money in Bitcoin, not great. All right, not great plan. Something that is just continuously moving up. Ford, all right, I know it's a slow mover, not exciting, but it is moving forward. Come on now, put some more tickers in this chat. Put some more tickers in the chat. Where you guys at? Crowd, more downside action. Boeing, all right, more downside action, okay? Really interesting how things are looking so far. Here's our watch list for next week so far. Anybody else want to put anything in the chat? Thank you so much for being here. Loving it. Let's go to the top mentioned 14 days here in TrendSpider. Anything in here people are talking about that something we might want to look at? Lucid continuing the lows. They did a reverse stock split on that thing, continuing to go down. Amazon's interesting. All right, we could get a 2-2 back up on the week on Amazon above 211.17, but it's 2 down on the month really hard. All right, so if this thing starts working back up on the week, you know, you definitely want to see what's happening on the month for next month. But man, potential 2-2 reversal back up on Amazon. This is not a hammer, all right? And honestly, it might not go very far at all. But Amazon, I am seeing that Amazon the last few days trying to get up out of this wall of woe. It will gap fill at 221.03 sometime. Payne Powell continuing the lows. Wow. Jeez. SoFi, more downside. I mean, what can I say? Coin. Everybody's taking their money out of coin. It did go 2-2 reversal back up, hammer in force on the week, but look at that, man. Look at that. INTC 2-2 down on the week. We really need to see what's going on for next month. All right. Hopefully March picks a direction. Hey, what's up, Ken? Got a new one in the. We got a new person in the house. Ken said, "Give me ONDS." ONDS 2 down on the month, shooter on the week. Let's see if that goes in force below $8.92. All right, not a lot of magnitude here. All right, the first target's 829. All right, the one after that one is 731. So, all right. Not a lot going on there, but it could do it. All right. Thank you so much for putting something in the chat. It's pretty quiet out here. It's Saturday. I'm sure everybody's just kind of, Hopefully you're out there doing something with the dogs, doing something with the kids. Get out there, get some fresh air. All right, get some fresh air. We got 15 minutes left. Now's the time to put some questions about the strat in the chat. If you got questions about the strat, put them in there. Put them in there. All right, you got any questions about the strat? Actionable signals, time frame continuity, broadening formations, put them in the chat. He said, give me cable. CMCSA, Comcast. Does anybody even still have Comcast or cable, period? I don't know. Somebody does. 312 back up on the month. Momo hammer for next week above $32.01. The magnitude's $32.87. Okay. Do they really want to take that thing back up? It's an actionable signal. So we'll put it on the list. We will see. All right. We'll see. DraftKings, ooh, to the lows, not really. It looks like nobody's really gambling on the Olympics there. Nobody's gambling on the Olympics. Microsoft again. I know we talked about this already, but my goodness, just selling off big time. I'm sure this will reverse and get back up there, but the question is when? When? All right, when's it going to do that? Doesn't look like it's going to do that anytime soon, really. It's a mess. Mess. Apple, just for funsies, forming a shooter on the month. Huge. 2 down on the week last week. Jeez. And then trying to come back up here. Is that an inside week? Yes, it's an inside week. So we'll put it on the list, inside week. All right, let's see if that goes above 266.98. The magnitude is 280. Is it really going to do that? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, man. So, wow. Possible 212 back up on the week if they really want to get back in here. These 60s are hopeful. Not a lot going on here on these dailies. Someone said, give me Rocket. Give me Rocket RKT. Rocket. Man, closer to taking out the lows on the month. Inside on the week. Let's see if that goes below $17.72. It could. It's an inside a week, so it could reverse and go 18.88. But honestly, look like it really wants to take out those lows. Rocket Mortgage. So looks like we got a few more minutes left, and honestly we're just scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to find signals, right? Scraping the bottom of the barrel. Okay. So what can you do? What can you do? Again, you can go down your usual suspects. You can go down your 2 down on the month list or your 2 up on the month list. Honestly, I'm seeing a lot of signals to the downside. But you can go down your 2 down, 2 up on the month list and look for those inside weeks or look for actionable signals. All right, AME. It is all-time highs. All right, we need to, got to know that. But it is inside week. Let's see if that goes in force above 253. Excuse me, 235.57. The magnitude is 239.94. Okay. And you can go through here and manually look for those ANETs, looking for those actionable signals. All right. All right. Also, time frames. Bank of America. All right. Inside on the week. It's inside on the month too. Inside on the month too. So I don't want to mess with something that's inside. Citigroup already talked about. Soup. Inside on the week. 2 up on the month. Chubb. This is Chubb. Sorry, I thought this was Campbell Soup. This is Chubb. 2 up on the month. All-time highs. Chubb. What is going on here? Let's see if that goes in force above 333.33. 333.33. Okay. CNC, we already talked about. Costco, 2 back up on the month, trying to get back to that $1,000 range. Some news we got here. BKR, is it BKR or BRK? BKNG, is that what it is? Booking. All right, this is a $4,000 stock, and we talk about it every once in a while. $4,000 stock. This is going to be going through a 1-to-25 split. 1-to-25 split. So at about $130 a stock. So we'll see what they want to do there. Will this get this to a point where the regular people can trade it? That's the question. But yeah, 2 down on the month. They were like, we got to do something. So they're going to do a huge stock split on this one. DAL, Delta Air, nothing. Disney, inside on the week, 2 down on the month though. Okay, possible 212 back up above 107.64 or below 104.49. We'll put it on there just because it's an inside week, but it's, again, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel on actionable signals. Okay. Duke Energy, eBay after earnings, looking for a possible 3-2 up. If you want to put that on your chart or on your watch list, that's okay. It is back. eBay has definitely got their act together. All right, eBay, all-time highs. Well, it's got to get back up to $100, but still in that all-time highs area. Okay. FedEx is another one, all-time highs. Goodness gracious. Jay said, give me AXTI. No idea what this one is. AXTI, full time frame continuity to the upside. Possible 3-2 up. The only problem with this one is there's no more targets to be taken out. All right, this is exhaustion risk. And I know people want to use like extended Fibonacci's and things like that to, you know, see how this thing can keep going. But honestly, I don't do that. So looking at the year, he said, look at the year, 3-2 up on the year. Yes, it is. I see what's going on. I see 3-2 up on the year, 3 on the week. Okay. This is why you're talking about this. $46.38. Okay, that makes sense. I see what you're doing. That makes a lot more sense. So let me take back what I said. This is not at all-time highs. All right, I said that wrong. Wow. All right, they're getting their act together. Woo. Which one is this one? What do these guys do? They are getting their act together. Let me get some more coffee. Get some more coffee. Any news on these guys? What do these guys do? Ring Central Post upbeat. Let me see here. Report quarterly ATX. This is 2 days ago. Reported quarterly losses of 8 cents per share, which met the analyst consensus estimate. This is $33.33 per. No. This is 33% increase over losses of 12 cents per share from the same period last year. Evidently, the market doesn't care. Back to the highs. Back to the highs. What do these guys do? Put it in the chat. What do these guys do, Jay? Is it a semiconductor? What is this thing? Just for funsies, what is this thing? We can look at the insiders. Looks like people getting in. February, people getting in. We got Morris Young getting in there with 218 shares. 218,000 shares. Sorry. 218,000 shares. Morris getting in there. Semi. Okay, semis. Yep. Very good. And that goes along with what we were talking about earlier. All right. You're going to have to go down those semiconductors and find out which ones are actually working, okay? Find out which ones are actually working. Where's my list? I had it up. Where'd it go? Anyway, type in semis and find out which ones are actually working. There it is. There it is. Yep, semiconductor. Like I said, find those ones that are actually working. All right. What's DQ doing? Nothing. Skip the ones that are crap. Go for the ones that are actually working. The buyer, there's one. That's a good one. All right. Find a way in there. All right. And the reason why I say all of that is because if you go to SMH, back to the highs. All right. But it's not just at AMD and NVIDIA. Okay. All right. Not just AMD and NVIDIA. INTC trying to get 2G back down. Laser doing amazing. Empire, that one's been doing good. Wow. Usually you got to be careful with Empire because that's a mess. But Empire back up to 1,000. Wow. They got their act together. It must have been a long time since I've been messing with this one. Around $400. Empower. Wow. MU, of course, to the highs. NVTS, no. Corvo, no. All right. So, Sun Power to the lows and then trading sideways. All right, let me get out of this tank. All right. Scraping the bottom of the barrel here on these actionable signals. Let's go. Let me look at that. Let's look at that one more time. Let's look at the list one more time, okay? For the week. Now, we only have 1 week left in the month, all right? So we don't, I mean, these aren't the strongest signals in the world, okay? All right, but we got inside weeks for next week, all right? And we're just trying to finish up what's actually already happening. All right, what's actually happening on the month. If they're selling, we want to see if they keep selling. If they're buying, we want to keep buying. Okay, so I'm going to do this remove color flag. Remember last week I did this and was just totally messing up the charts. So removing the flags effectively. All right, that's way better than last week. My goodness. All right, always improving. Thank you so much for everybody being in here. Thank you very much. I know most people most people jumped in here to see the actionable signals for the week. Thank you for doing that as well. Go check out thestratsoldier.com. Check out the execution course. All right, I'll be getting a Strat Camp webinar out there. Maybe for next week, maybe the week after, all right? But we'll get a Strat Camp webinar out there where I teach you the entire Strat all in one night, all right? The whole thing. Thank you so much for Jay and Ken, Beach Bum, Terry Baker, Jimmy. Thank you so much, Richard. Strat Judge is in the house. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for rolling with the punches, hitting the wrong sound buttons and all kind of mess. Oh my goodness. But again, scraping the bottom of the barrel on the actionable signals. All right, so other strat people are going to be looking for like 3-day or 4-day, you know, or 2-week bars, or, you know, 3-week bars. All right, just be careful. All right, just know that's the last week of the month. If what you're seeing is not your jam, don't do anything. All right, what's up, Brent? Brent is in the house. Hopefully things are going well with you, Brent. Thank you for being here. And this is the Strat Soldier for the weekend shift. And I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, if you watch this entire thing and you're like, man, I don't know anything about what's going on, it's actionable signals, how to read charts, anything, go check out the Strat Trade Trick. Excuse me, wrong one. Go check out the Strat Starter Kit. You get 2 ebooks, Zero to Trading. All right, that'll teach you everything you need to know to get into trading, and then Hammer and Force. That's one actionable signal that'll get you in on anything that trades. And then you get one of these Strat Soldier coffee mugs. Working late, I get it, man. Thanks, Brent. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody. Hey, go check out the membership section on the YouTube channel. All right, you got the Weekend Shift crew. They get daily videos of what's going on in the market, and then I also talk about what actionable signals went in force for the daily. And I help develop an actionable signal list for the next day. All right, and then check out Strat Warriors. They get a coaching session plus all the daily updates and a macro vid. All right, go check that out. And there's 100 plus videos in that membership section. Go check all those out. Be watching them recording. All right, good. There's some flubs in there. Brent. But we recovered quickly. All right, this is the Strat Soldier. That's my timer telling me, hey, that's the time. That's my time. This is the Strat Soldier for the weekend shift. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.